Good afternoon, everyone. This is Animesh Jana, and today we are going to discuss about temperature blackbody calibrator that is mainly used for your calibration of non-contact type sensor that we'll discuss. And also today we're going to discuss about basic blackbody theory. So before going to details, let me introduce about our company. Temson is the part of the Pyrotech group, and it is divided into three major groups. One is Pyrotech, who manufacture panels and control DEXs, and Temson mainly manufacture cable, sensor, furnaces, and another group is PEPL group, that is basically the lighting and electronics groups. And Temsons also have subdivision, that is one some 50% about it manufacture temperature sensors, and about 30% it manufacture cables, furnaces, and another 14% about heating solutions, heaters, different types we manufactures. And we have all over around 7,500 customer, all over satisfied customer all over the world, and we have a strength of 800 employees in Udaipur Temsons, and we distributed all over 75 countries in the world. This is the marketing share about Temsons. You can see that we have 60% share in India and about 40% export in the world. This is the plants in Temson plants. You can see in Udaipur it is the main branch, but there is also two units is there, that is in Germany Temson, and one is in PT Asia Jaya. So we are going to discuss about blackbody theory. Before going to discuss about how we are calibrating and manufacturing black bodies and how it is useful, let us discuss about basic about blackbody theory. So this is the basic diagram of the electromagnetic spectrum. So electromagnetic spectrum is nothing but the distribution of electromagnetic radiation according to their energy, wavelength or frequencies. Now in this whole electromagnetic spectrum, you can see there is visible range, infrared range, ultraviolet range or gamma rays. Everything is included in this electromagnetic spectrum. Basically any object whose temperature is more than 0 degree absolute temperature, it emits black radiation, it emit electromagnetic radiation. And normally when object in room temperature, it emits the radiation in infrared range. That is why human being can't detect that. But when the object temperature is increases, then more or less more than 500 Kelvin, then we can see that it's come in the visual range. First it become red, then yellow, then little bit violet. That's it happens. Basically pyrometer and thermal camera made of some specific sensor, like thermal camera made of microbolometer, who have a spectral range of different spectral range, right? 3 to 5 micrometer or 8 to 12 micrometer. So that particular instrument is effective in that spectral range in the infrared region. Now what is a black body? Black body is a body that always absorbs all EM radiation completely falling on it, irrespective of its frequency and angle. Now that body not only absorbs EMM radiation, means it absorbs all color of lights. That is why it looks black, and that is why it is called black body. And there is no real existence of black body, but we can make a approximation of that black body. Now how we can do that? You can see in slide, if you make a very small hole in the enclosure, insulated enclosure, and allow light to fall into it in this enclosure. Now what will happen? This light will be reflected again and again inside this enclosure and not able to escape. So what will happen? We can say that this hole completely absorb that radiation, and this hole will be act like a black body. Now what's happened in thermal equilibrium, when this enclosure will be, then we can that hole will radiate some energy. It will allow some radiate some energy. So in that condition, that radiation properties will be similar like black body. To know the basic black body characteristic means we have to understand the radiation of black body, and they have some certain characteristics. So there is some laws we have to discuss, that how this black body operate. One is the Wien's displacement law. That Wien displacement law state that the wavelength at which the maximum amount of energy is emitted becomes shorter as the temperature increases. So let me discuss in details. You see there is a one graph, and this is the radiated energy as a function of wavelength. So you can see there is a, for specific temperature there is different graph. Now let's see if the if you see that for specific temperature the energy is not distributed same in all the wavelength. It is somewhere is very small, and somewhere is very much, and again somewhere it is small. So there is for specific temperature there is specific wavelength where the intensity of the radiation energy of a black body is maximum, and that maximum wavelength, if I consider, is a lambda max. You can see that if I increase the temperature slowly, that lambda max is shorter. Like for T equal to 3500 Kelvin, lambda max is approximation 700 nanometer. If I increases the temperature about 5500 Kelvin, you can see that lambda max value approximately 450 nanometer. So that lambda max value is decreasing with the increasing of the temperature value. So you can say that the product of the lambda max and the corresponding temperature always is a constant. So that is given by the Wien's displacement law. And another one is the Stefan-Boltzmann law. This is also useful to calculate the total energy radiates from a black body, and it states that the total energy emitted from the black body is proportional to the fourth power of the temperature of that body. So we can say that it is W equal to epsilon sigma T to the power 4, where that epsilon is the emissivity factor, and sigma is the Stefan-Boltzmann constant, and T is the temperature of that object. Now this Wien's displacement law and Stefan-Boltzmann law mainly defined by the classical physics. So there is some flaws is there. First of all, let me discuss about what they tell us actually. So altogether Stefan-Boltzmann's law and Wien's displacement law, some information like what is the already I am discussing that what is the maximum what is the wavelength at which it will show the maximum incident energy it will radiate, and the total energy radiated from the black body at specific temperature. It will give also, it will give us the some approximation that how the graph should be, means below the lambda max it will be in increasing order, and after that lambda max it will be in a decreasing manner. But let me tell you, this is not able to define like specific wavelength what should be the energy, radiation energy of a particular black body. That is not able to tell by classical physics, that is by Wien's displacement law or Stefan-Boltzmann law. So that is why quantum physics came, and that is given by Max Planck's law, where he considered that not the absorption or the radiation is not in a continuous mode, but as a packets of energy or quantum. So in that quantum physics, that Planck's law derivative this that problems, and that equation you can see in the screen. So at the help of quantum physics, he able to describe actually that for specific wavelength what should be the specific emitted radiation energy of that black body. And actually Planck's law is the only law that practically shows the proper diagram of the black body radiation. just let me tell you, like this radiation energy density is directly is a function of the wavelength. So if I know the wavelength and temperature, you can able to calculate the radiation energy emitted from the black body. Another main factor is the emissivity. Actually, emissivity is the object's ability to radiate infrared energy, and emissivity is a very important parameters. But first, let me tell you that emissivity is the nothing but the ratio of the radiate energy by the object and to the radiate energy by the black bodies at a specific temperature and a specific viewing angles. And the emissivity not only depends on the material but also depends on the surface of the material. Like if is the polished surface, then its emissivity is very less, means it's normally less, and if it is rough surface, then it is emissivity normally higher. So they are giving some example. You can see that steel polished is a 0.18 emissivity, but when I oxidized or rough finished steel have a 0.85 emissivity. So to know actually that during the measurement process, we have to know the proper emissivity of the material. That is very much required, because pyrometer or the thermal camera specifically calibrated with respect to black body, and in black body we maintain a very good emissivity like 0.995 or 0.98. So when you are measuring with that instrument to a material who have a emissivity less emissivity, then if you don't know the emissivity of that material, then it's will give you incorrect result. Let me tell you, you just a material steel polished have emissivity 0.18. Now you are going to measure with that thermal camera or your pyrometer who have the emissivity setting of 0.995 or 1. So that time it will give you the very less and inaccurate result, because you don't know the exact emissivity of this steel polished. So knowing the no emissivity of a material is very important during the measurement process. So there is a black body variable is there, means we also, when you are manufacturing the black bodies, there is some variable is there, like one is their temperature ranges. So that we can there is a black bodies who range -100 to 3000 degrees centigrade, some resolution, emitter area, emissive area. That is the variables a black body. We can define a black body through these variables. We'll discuss how it is the features and parameters for our black bodies. Let me discuss. And that is the different type of cavity black body. It can be spherical, it can be cylindrical, conical, or inverse conical. And the cavity black body, actually emissivity depends on the size of that aperture actually. So it has been practically shown that the cylindrical one is easy to manufacture and it is give the good emissivity. So normally in industrial base we follow the cylindrical one cavity for practical use actually. Now we are going to discuss about the cavity and extend area black bodies, and this is the range we can offer. Like LBBCH started from -15 to 110 up to fast scale 3000 degree. So we'll going to discuss about one by one about all the black bodies. First one is the LBBCH model, that is the part of extended area black body. Its range is -15 degree to 120 degree. Or standard we provide that 10 degree to 110 degree. And main is the emitter size. Emitter size vary from 50 by 52 up to 300 by 300. And the temperature range I defined -15 to 120, but recently we developed black bodies that can offer from your -40 degree. Means there is a two development. One is -40 degree to 50 degree, and another one is your -35 to 100 degree. So that black body also we can offer. in this range, and the emissivity is very good in this black body LBB-CH model, about 0.98 plus minus 0.02. So that is very good emissivity we can give throughout that range from that 10 to 110 or 0 to 110. And also it is customized available, means if you want specific emitter for the black body we can design, that is not a problem. Also we can offer the nitrogen purging facility, means when we are operating below ambient condition, there is a possibility that there should be some condensation, some ice buildup in the emitter. So in that scenario we also provide the assembly nitrogen purging facility, so that you can take proper reading through your thermal camera or pyrometers. And also even if 100 by 100 or 300 by 300, we have excellent uniformity about your plus minus 0.2 at 50 degree and plus minus 0.4 degree at 100 degree, which is very good with compared to any manufacturer existing. And stability, it is mentioned in datasheet mostly 0.01 degree centigrade, but also we can give 1 millikelvin, that is 0.001 degree centigrade we can offer the stability. And second variant one is the LBB-H model. This is basically the heating application, means not, you can't do the cooling one, it is only for heater, means it can only heat. So its temperature is 50 degree to 500, or customize also available, means 50 degree to 550 degree, no problem. And the emitter size available is from 50 by 50 to 1000 mm by 1000 mm. Or also the uniformity in 500 by 300 by 300 or in 1000 by 1000 is very good, because we consider the multi-zone control about all the emitters, so we confirm that their uniformity should be good in each and every zone of that emitter, whether it is 50 by 50 or 100 by 100 or 1000 by 1000. Uniformity is very important for the black body. And stability also we offer plus minus 0.1 at 500 degree centigrade or 550 degree centigrade. And this is the new development about differential black body. Differential black body very useful for calibrating your thermal camera basically, because not only you have to check the emitter temperature in that time, also you have to check the different background scenario you have to check. So differential black body is recently developed by Thomson Instrument. So let me discuss about some features and accessories about the differential black body. So that differential black body has a two mode of operation, as like your absolute temperature range, which can vary to 0 to 115, same as your LBB-H or LBB-CH model, but also is a differential temperature range that can vary from your minus 25 degree to 90 degree centigrade. And emissive area I mentioned here is 80 by 80, but customize also available, like 100 by 100, 200 by 200 or 300 by 300. Area is also available based as per customer requirement. Uniformity is also good, I say, as compared to other manufacturer, that is 0.2 at 50 degree centigrade, about 80 to 90% of emissive area. Now all differential black body will be given as a special controller who have a two mode of operation, that is absolute mode and differential mode. Absolute mode only you can change the temperature of the emitter, means what it will not be difference of the two temperature, it will be one temperature of that emitter. And in the you can also select the differential mode where you can select the difference of the temperature. One temperature will be your emitter, one temperature will be your targets. And one thing is that, as I mentioned earlier, that all the black bodies, extended area black bodies, can be given with the nitrogen purging chamber. Now here I made one diagram that about nitrogen purging accessories, how it works. Let me discuss that. Here is one black body and here is your pyrometer, thermal camera. Now what's happened if it is not there, and it is directly contact in the ambient, so there will be ice buildup, so that pyrometer thermal camera will read definitely inaccurate result. So what we will do, we make a chamber and we supply a dry nitrogen here, so that in between the passage between thermal camera and black body there should be the environment of nitrogen, and it will prevent any ice buildup in the black body. So in your long term testing of the thermal camera or pyrometers, it's is always read the accurate result. So if your black bodies is below, working condition is below your ambient, so definitely you should take this accessories with the nitrogen purging, where one end will be connected to your thermal camera or pyrometers, and another one is the connected will be your black bodies. So it is you can see that how nitrogen purging it's integrated with our differential black body. And also that front of this passage of this black body, you can hold your different target. I will discuss how differential black body has been used in the next few slides. So so now how differential black body its work. Actually differential black body mainly used for your testing thermal camera as well as electro-optical test system. It has been used. Electro-optical test is instrument that is the measure of the characteristic and features of the thermal camera. Like if we differential black body or even normal black body can be integrated with the targets, different targets. These targets actually help us to determine some very important parameters like MRTD, NETDs, CTEP function, responsivity function or noises of the thermal camera. So in that condition, these targets can be integrated with the main black bodies and can be tested with the thermal camera for checking their different parameters. Now this is also the recently developed product, that is the electro-optical test system. Now this part it is rotary, actually it is the rotary wheel and the targets, and the same one that same one you can see here, and it is connected to black body. Your pyrometer your thermal camera can be connected here, and this is the controller, customized controller, when you can select the temperature, differential temperature of this black body, and you can test different parameters as I discussed already, MRTD, NETD, noises, different parameters of the thermal camera. Now this is the targets of different shape. It is normally standard that these targets how you can use that targets and to estimate the different parameters like MRTD, NETD or noises, MTF function or CTEP function. As an example, this 4-bar target actually used for MRTD test. This quad target like use your noise test or CTEP function. This edge target, normal knife edge target used for MTF function. That is very important parameters for testing a thermal camera. There is some typical graph I mentioned, like that differential black body with this 4-bar target. It can give that like a curve, so that from that curve you can determine the MRTD test. MRTD test is very important parameters. From that you can actually determine the DRI range of a thermal camera, mostly used in the surveillance system or defense industry, where you can determine the D means detection, recognition or identification of the object. It can be done through that that MRTD test you can calculate. And another one is the MTF function, where we use that knife edge target. Means if we use that target in the front of black body, we see after Fourier transform of the signal we will get something like this decrease in exponential like graph. It is called the MTF function, modulation transfer function. So modulation transfer function is basically determine the sharpness of the images, means how sharp you can see any image detected by the thermal camera. And in other words, I discussed already, the use square target you can use in front of black body to determine the responsivity function of a thermal camera. Means from this graph you can determine the gain and your responsivity of that thermal camera. or in that square target also you can determine the noise actually in the thermal camera, like NETD, noise equivalent temperature difference, or 3D noises you can calculate from the target. So with the help of these targets, with the black body, you can determine so much parameters, and also there is many others parameters I am not discussing here in details, but this is very effective tool to analyze and to test your thermal cameras. And just now I discussed about the targets, how it is integrated with the black bodies. There is also you can integrate your variable aperture wheel or chopper with the black body. Now what happen, we normally, if we give you the, let's say that black body with a 30 mm aperture, 30 mm aperture, yeah, 25 mm aperture, some customer maybe need, they want to check different aperture from the same black body. So in that condition what happen, we can provide a aperture wheel which can vary from 0.3 mm to 25 mm or 30 mm, and this aperture will be integrated in front of this cavity black body, and customer can it is be motorized or manual, means in that controller, from that controller you can select which wheel you want, 25 mm, 20 mm, 10 mm, 0.3 mm aperture you want, and also the temperature you can monitor from this controller. And another one is that you can also integrate the chopper in front of that black body. Like here is one chopper, two chopper actually integrated in front of the black body. This chopper is the variable frequency blades actually. So when you customer need different ranges choppers that vary from 2 Hz to 1000 Hz, or maybe they need 2 Hz to 100 Hz. So we can customize, we can make that chopper and we can integrate in front of black body. The main use of that, when customer need, means customer manufacture that thermal camera or pyrometer to check any low radiation signal, and all, or they want to detect some specific frequency band. So whether their pyrometer or that thermal imager is capable or not, that actually want to test through this frequency, variable frequency range chopper can be integrated in front of black body, and they can check that at which frequency band or which low radiation signal can detect or not. So it is also available that not only black body, but you can integrate with the chopper or the variable aperture wheel in front of black body. So still now we discuss about the extend area black body. Now let me discuss about cavity black body. So first one is the Calsys 1200 BB, and its range is from 300 to 1200 degrees centigrade, and it has a stability about 0.5 degrees centigrade, and aperture is 40 mm is silicon carbide cavity is available. Its emissivity is 0.95 plus minus 0.01. So it is very good emissivity up to 1200 degrees centigrade, and with that stability 0.5. Also cavity size is customized. You can, if you want 25 or 30, you can it can be done in the 1200 BB. And second variant is Calsys 1500 BB. That's range is from 500 to 1500 degrees centigrade. It's also stability 0.5 plus minus 0.5 degrees centigrade, also with the aperture 40 mm aperture is available, but also customized available. Third variant one, the 1700 black body, that's temperature range is 500 to 1700 degrees centigrade, and normally we use the ceramic cavity here with 29 aperture, and it has a stability of plus minus 0.5 degrees centigrade at 1700 degrees centigrade. Its emissivity also 0.95 plus minus 0.02. And fourth one is the Fastcell 3000, and it has a temperature range from 600 to 3000. This cavity black, it is also a cavity black body, and its Fastcell means it is very fast actually, means if you want 3000 or 2500 degrees centigrade within 5 to 10 seconds, it can range, it will reach the temperature within 5 or 10 seconds. That is why we called it a Fastcell. So its temperature is 600 to 3000 we can provide. and it has a stability of plus minus 1 degree centigrade at 3000 degree centigrade and excellent emissivity, that is 0.995. Normally we use the graphite cavity and heater in this fast scale application, and as it is very high temperature operation, we have considered many safety interlock like we that over current protection, over temperature protection, or low flow of the water. If there is any problem of that flow of that water or cooling system, it will automatically shut down the whole system. So all safety interlocks is there. It is the basic of that our fast scale graphite cavity assembly. Just now I mentioned that we use the graphite material as a cavity in this fast scale 3000. You can see there is a water inlet and outlet, so that this temperature should not be exist is limit. And another one is the argon gas inlet. There we provide this argon gas because of prevent oxidation at high temperature, because it is graphite material. So if temperature is much, then it started oxidized. So that is why we provide the argon gas supply through this chamber. And this aperture is 25 mm, but customer is also available. As per your customer requirement, we can provide different cavity. And this is the actually fast scale system with automatic calibration system. Now let me discuss about that. Actually, you see that one automatic calibration system is integrated in the fast scale. Now what's happened, if you want to test multiple pyrometer, thermal camera, or heat flux sensor, means 5, 10 or multiple, so you can integrate that all the pyrometers in a automatic calibration system. You preset the temperature value you want, different temperature you want, and if you integrate this automatic system in front of calibration that fast scale, so what will happen, step by step it will increase the preset value. It will reach the temperature, stable it, read all the pyrometer value. It can make one certificate, and again it will go to the next preset set point. So it will very accurate measurement actually, and it will give you the accurate result, as well as it will save your time. So all the cavities black body can be given with the automatic calibration system, where you can mount all the pyrometer, thermal camera, or non-contact sensors, heat fluxes, like this arrangement. Now this is recently developed some products. One is on the climate chamber with black body, means we don't only provide the black bodies, also we provide with the climate chamber. Now main function of this climate chamber is you can change the temperature from -10 degree to 70 degree, and your black body also inside that climate chamber. So normally the pyrometer or thermal camera, you need to do many NUC correction or your ambient compensation you have to do some so that if you provide the black body with the climate chamber, you can mount your thermal camera or pyrometers or non-contact sensor inside that climate chamber, and you can check actually from -10 to 70 degree ambient condition, means in that condition how your thermal camera or pyrometer behaves. And this one is the Calsys 1000 BB. It is also recently developed product, and mainly it is the portable one, means 1200 BB or 1500 BB or 1700 BB. That is this weight is around 20 kg to 25 kg, but this 1000 recently developed, this 1000 BB is very small and portable. It will be around 10 to 12 kg, and it is also temperature range from 50 to 1000 degrees centigrade with stability plus minus 0.3. Its aperture 29 mm, but customized also available. And another one is what is Calsys 37 BB plus. It is very portable one actually. Its weight is just less than 4 kg, means you can easily transport from place to place. You can check here and there, no problem. Is in that 37 BB main feature is the temperature range from 20 degree to 50 degree centigrade, and it's required very less power, 100 watt. It's required the power requirement, and resolution is 0.01, and stability also plus minus 0.01 at 37 degrees centigrade, and it is very fast. Within 10 minutes from it will reach min to max or max to min. Within 10 to 15 minutes it will give you the stable reading in that Calsys 37 BB plus. And one more is good, its advantage is operating temperature. You can see the operating temperature is 5 to 50 degree. So even not only 25 degree or 35 degree ambient condition it will work. Even if your ambient condition is more than 40 degree, 45 degree, in that condition also it can maintain the 37 degree accurately at plus minus 0.01 degree stability, so that your calibration process should be accurate even if that high temperature operating temperature. Second variant of this black body is Calsys 37 BB. Its temperature is each ambient plus 5 degree to 50 degree centigrade, and its power requirement is 100 watt. It is also same like the Calsys 37 BB plus, only its operating temperature is little bit low than the previous one model. Means its temperature is from 20 degree to 40 degree centigrade, and its emissivity also 0.98 plus minus 0.01, and aperture size also 70 by 70 mm. And one advantage this is weight is further reduced, means less than 3 kg, so it is very portable one. And this is the different we don't only provide the black bodies, also we provide the accessories, like how different mounting arrangement. You can see here that different mounting arrangement or solution we can provide, how to mount your black body and different aspect or different testing condition. We also black body plus accessories we can provide, and also master sensor we can provide with the black bodies. So this is the testing of black body. Before giving to customer, we test different parameters of the black body before giving to customer. Like you can see their pyrometer, we check the all the region, effective emitter region, that how it is, what is the reading is coming from each zone, and what is the uniformity of that opening emitter surface. Like you can see there is a different zone, actually not 4 zone, we check up to 12 to 16 zone, small zone, and check whether all the emitter surface give you the same reading at the specific stable temperature. And so before giving to customer, we check and monitor many parameters about uniformity, stability, and accuracy of that black body. So thank you very much for your time.